Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? How is your journey feeling today? Did you ask the question? Did you ask for guidance? What did you receive? Were you open to receiving? How are you feeling? Um, Being on this journey is so special because being born into this world, this realm, or however you want to put it, um, when you're birthed, you're molded, right? Your whole life, you're molded with your language, with your culture, with your environment, you're molded, right? And this spiritual journey, this journey to self, the spiritual journey is the journey to self. On your journey to self, you're learning who am I without all the things that's been put in me. If all of those things were stripped away, what remains of me? Who have I chosen to be? And I want you to know that you can be whatever you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be. And I know me personally, a lot of my life I spent walking on eggshells and making sure that, other people were good and holding my tongue for the sake of making sure that certain things didn't occur. But Spirit is like, listen, no more walking on eggshells, okay? We need you to be your full, authentic self. Full, authentic self. Once upon a time, I didn't know what that meant. I had a life coach. I got a life coach for myself. I told y'all, I don't know if I told you, I invest in myself, especially helping to build myself in the way that I want to be built. Okay? Um, During my time with my life coach, one of the things that came out of that was learning to be your authentic self. And I thought I had been, but what I realized is when we move in different places in life, we're continuously molded to move in certain ways, right? We learn to carry ourselves certain ways. We learn to speak a certain way. I didn't always speak like this. I'm from Atlanta. Like, but working in corporate America, I have learned to speak differently. I love the way that I speak, and I pick things up from wherever I go. If I like things that are said, I'm gonna say them. It is who I am. I like things. I do things, and if I like them, I'm probably gonna take it with me in some kind of way. Okay, so that goes back to you being whoever you want to be, and that doesn't make you unauthentic. It gives you a new authenticity. But who are you without your programming of your parents or your teachers or your community? Who are you inside? What version of you do you have to hide, or do you have to compress when you go into different situations? The idea is to not have to shrink yourself for anyone. Okay? And the other thing that came out of that mentorship, her name is Fatima Divine. She's a beautiful person, and she saw things in me that, she could never tell me exactly what, but she knew that my journey was different. And that's the thing, like, people would come into my life and, like, they knew that my journey was different, but I didn't necessarily see it because I spent so much of my life shrinking myself. I spent so much of my life shrinking myself. Now, who taught me to shrink myself? Shit, I have no idea. But I don't have no space to reflect on that, to think about that. And I refuse to boggle myself down with that. I'm the type where I'm like, okay, I need to do this. All right, let me move forward in this way, as I'm doing right now. But the other thing that came out of my mentorship with Fatima is your journey is your own. And I carried that with me so dearly because I was having an internal war because I knew that I was being somebody that I wasn't meant to be. Yeah, maybe, yeah, that part of my life had purpose at some point. But at another point, it was no longer important for me to be that person. So your journey is your own. You forge your own path. You forge your path. So when you know that you're moving in this direction and you keep feeling that inkling to go off and veer to the left, but you're like, nah, I'm not going over there, or I'm scared to be over there, or it's lonely over there, I'm not going over there, I'm just going to continue on this path. There are things that's going to happen on this path that, how do I want to put it, may be a little unsavory over time. Okay. But at the same time, even if you moved left, there's some things over there too. But you're going to keep moving straight, and at some point, you're going to end up veering to the left. And you're going to see, okay, it's not so scary over here. You know, the grass might be a little bit greener over there. And hell, it may not be no grass over there at all. So don't be afraid to make the shifts. Don't be afraid to make the changes. Don't be afraid to be weird, okay? Don't be afraid to be the weirdo. Like, we're all weird. Everybody is weird, okay? Don't be afraid to be the black sheep. Be who you are. If you're a black sheep, bye, bitch. Like, like, be the black sheep. Be the lone wolf. But, like, it's not gonna be that way forever. Okay? It's a part of the journey. Be brave enough to go on the journey. Be brave enough to go on the journey. The final thing I'm gonna say is, last night I watched a video. I don't know the words verbatim, but it made me feel good. He said, when a black sheep when the black sheep does the work or isn't afraid to show up as themselves, the black sheep becomes the goat. Like, I want you to envision something with me. I want you to envision yourself in your dream life. Like, the best version of yourself. Because we see ourselves in life that may not be in reach, you know. It may seem kind of far away, but it's already happening. It's already happening in probably a different reality or a higher version of yourself. And because you can see it, mean that you can have it. So just imagine yourself in that place, doing this work, going on this journey to yourself, being your authentic self, showing up as you and who you really are, and not who you're just showing the world that you are. Because what are we scared for? I don't know what we'd be scared of. I'd be scared too, okay? I'd be scared. Like, right now I'm doing something that made me nervous. I'm like, okay, I don't know why I need to be poking the bear, but I'm out here poking the bear. And my friend just reminded me earlier, you know, you are the bear that you're poking. And I'm like, damn. You know, like, don't be scared, y'all. Take the leap. Take the leap. Hit me up if you have any questions, if you're experiencing things on your journey that you don't understand. I'm here. I'm here to be your guide. My name is T. My business is Creatrix Oasis. Hit me up. Hit me up. Send me a DM and ask any questions, or like, hit me up. I wanted guidance on my journey. I wanted guidance to just come to me. I'm coming to you. Here I am. I am the guidance for you. Hit me up. I may not have all the answers, but the way that divine gives me knowledge that I don't even know I have, I'm sure I have the answers for you too. Send me a message. I got you. Peace.